Welcome to the Allegrativity Powercast with Allegra Sinclair. Get ready to punch fear in the throat, show up, and tell your story. Allegra Sinclair is here to help you become the powerful woman you are meant to be. It's finally time to get unstuck and reveal how fabulous you are. And it's time for your host, Allegra Sinclair.
Hey, this is Allegra Sinclair. Welcome to this week's episode of the Powercast. So many of us think that success is hard and failing is easy. Wrong. It's actually a lot harder to be unsuccessful. Why? Because getting stuck and staying stuck requires you to adopt behaviors, turn them into habits, that take a lot of work to create and maintain. So what does it mean to get stuck? It means that you want something different, but you can't seem to achieve it. You talk about it a lot. You think about it a lot. You may even be doing some things to make it happen, but still success eludes you. Staying stuck requires you to shore up limiting beliefs, feed a negative attitude, and remain committed to a system that has not been successful. Ever. So it's like staying in a relationship that guarantees failure. You didn't realize that's what you were signing up for, did you? See, staying stuck is a skill. Occasionally, you would just have to luck up and fall into a success, eventually. So the fact that you stay stuck means that you're working hard to maintain a mindset that guarantees stuck stays with you. Okay, you know me well enough to know I'm not going to leave you with that. So as hard as you're working to stay stuck, you can turn it around and work with yourself on being successful, on getting unstuck. So how can you get unstuck? As devoted as you've been to the behaviors and skills that keep you stuck, you will need to bring that same commitment to behaviors and skills that will free you. So use the same energy, but direct it towards successful activities and change your results. I told you staying stuck was hard work, and it is. So if you can do that, you can be successful as well. So what are the top 3 reasons why we get stuck? Reason number 1, you fail to make decisions. You want to get stuck and stay there? Don't make any decisions. By choosing not to make decisions, you are choosing to stay stuck. And more than that, you're choosing not to participate in one of the most important areas of your life, deciding who and what you will be. Failing to make decisions doesn't mean that the situations that required a situation went away. It simply invites stress into your world by then placing you in situations that you probably won't like and could have prevented. For instance, if I fail to make a decision about filing my taxes, I don't even think I need to finish that sentence. Life is messy enough. We don't need to create more mess by not making decisions. To keep life as neat as possible, we should intentionally make decisions and then act on those decisions to reach our goals and targets. So how can you make decisions quickly? Give yourself a deadline. Give yourself a reasonable amount of time to make a decision and then hold yourself accountable to make the decision. Your deadline might be 1 minute or 1 month from now, but set a deadline to get the necessary information and make your choice. Then use your goals to guide you. Use them like a ruler. When you make decisions in line with your goals, you'll rarely make a poor choice. We all have a finite amount of time, so saying yes to one thing is saying no to another. Make sure you're saying yes to the right things based on your goals. And then let your values guide you. Is that still small voice telling you to say yes or no? Does the decision have the opportunity to impact positively something that's really important to you? Based on what and who you value, which decision just feels right? Trust yourself. Right now, are you struggling to make decisions? Because the more you practice making decisions, the better you'll get. You can't move forward on any of your goals until you decide to. So make your decisions quickly and wisely. A mediocre decision pursued relentlessly can give good results. So reason number 1 why we get stuck is we fail to make decisions. Reason number 2, you change your mind constantly. Another reason that we get stuck is that we make a decision, but we remake that decision over and over and over and over. All the energy you're spending changing your mind can fool you into thinking you're actually doing something constructive. You're not. I've written about the 3-day monk concept before. A 3-day monk is someone who gets obsessed with something in spurts, but quickly loses interest. So what's that look like? Well, you could decide to go to medical school, but 3 months later, you decide you want to be a professional chef. So you go buy killer professional cookware, but before you can really get that career going, you decide you want to become a teacher. Changing your mind constantly is exhausting. But all of that activity could feel like movement. The way we know it's not movement is that there's no forward progress happening. It's tough to gather momentum when you change the direction and the goal constantly. You keep changing your mind and you stay stuck. So how do you stick to your decisions? 1, realize what your constant mind changing is costing you. Think about this. If you were starting in St. Louis and then you drove 3 hours towards Miami, but then you drove 3 hours towards Philadelphia and then 3 hours towards Phoenix, you're not likely to end up where you plan to go or somewhere you want to be. You'll be stuck. There is a cost to constantly changing your mind. Then keep your feet to the fire. You can only change your mind if you let your mind wander. Stay focused on today's tasks. Avoid getting distracted by all the work that you will do in the future. Tackle each day one at a time. So reason number 1 why we get stuck, you fail to make decisions. Reason number 2, you change your mind constantly. Reason number 3, you want to change your life, but you don't want to change yourself. Uh-oh. Big girl truth coming. There is an entire universe between the desire to change your life and the willingness to change yourself. I feel like I ought to repeat that. There is an entire universe between the desire to change your life and the willingness to change yourself. It just feels so much better to think about all the reasons that we're not making changes, as long as those reasons are external to us. That's cheaper. It doesn't cost us blood, sweat, or tears. A lot of people want to lose weight or start a business that earns $1 million a year. However, neither of those things will happen if we don't do the work, and the work starts inside of us. Changing yourself is your most important and most significant work. For example, if you want to lose 25 pounds, are you willing to eat in a healthy manner, exercise regularly, and monitor your weight? If the answer is no, you're not likely to lose 25 pounds. It's easy to want big things in life, but the real work is way more challenging. It's not easy to transform yourself in order to accomplish bigger and better things. It's not easy to make a decision not to get stuck. So how do you transform yourself? Ask yourself what type of person you need to become in order to achieve the results you desire. Then how will your daily activities change as a result? How will your priorities change? What will you do differently in order to become the type of person that you need to in order to get your desired results? Part of that is determining which habits you want to drop. If you want to have more money, then you'll have to stop spending money every 5 seconds. Look at your habits and determine which of your habits are holding you back, and then drop them. Determine which habits you want to add. If you're not sure what habits you need to add, take a look at people who are already successful in the ways you want to be successful. Now, hold the phone. I'm not saying compare. I'm saying, what do those people do? Emulate their behaviors and think about what you can do each day that will ensure your success. And then give yourself time. Everybody deserves grace. I've been saying that a lot this year. It's tempting to try to make lots of changes quickly because you know where you want to go and you want to get there yesterday. I get that. But trying to make lots of changes quickly does not work. A few changes each week are all that you really need to get started. Transforming yourself is work. I can't lie. If it was easy, everybody would do it. Making a significant change in your circumstances requires making a significant change in yourself. You must become the person that can handle the success that you seek. After that, everything is gravy. There are many ways you can get stuck. Failing to make decisions, second-guessing yourself constantly, and avoiding the inner work are just the top 3 reasons why we get stuck. Without a clear goal, you don't know where you're going. And without making a decision, you can't start. So trust yourself, stay focused on what you're trying to accomplish, and know that you are worth the work. With a change in focus, it's just as simple to be successful as it is to stay stuck. Make small, sustainable changes, and you'll be amazed at how things begin to shift. Are you ready to get started? If so, visit allegrassinclair.com/039, and you can download my top 3 reasons why we get stuck worksheet. It's a super quick worksheet to help you identify some of the barriers that have been holding you back. Again, you'll visit allegrassinclair.com/039. Get it as in episode 39. If you have other ideas about why we get stuck or how you can get unstuck, I'd love to hear them. Leave a comment in your review here in iTunes, and I will respond. Thanks for listening. I'll catch you next time.
Now you've been given permission to be more powerful and influence more people. If you've enjoyed this episode, please head over to allegrassinclair.com/iTunes and leave a review. It will help Allegra get the message out to more women that they can punch fear in the throat, show up, and tell their stories. We'll see you next time on the Allegrativity Powercast with Allegra Sinclair.